Well, hello there. I just watched the Real Madrid game against Valencia, and all I can say is that's ridiculous. Honestly, ridiculous. How do you blow the whistle when the cross is about to be sent in, and you blow the whistle, and it's a goal? I get the fact that the ref is allowed to blow the whistle when it's the end of the game, but he has to realize there are mitigating circumstances to the game going as far as it went. Now, unfortunately, the player for the other team got injured, and my sympathies, of course. It seemed like a terrible injury, and well, I hope he gets better. But the thing is, Valencia were wasting so much time this entire game, wasting so much time. It got ridiculous. Now, player went down during injury time, I think, went down. We had to wait for so long. And like these though, they were just I couldn't even explain. It got so ridiculous. And now we went to crossing and it was a goal and the ref blew the whistle. And now Jude Bellingham has a red card. He won't be able to play for 3 games. 3 whole games. Now it was difficult enough to play without him. And I'm sure we'll do decently well without him. But he is such a huge addition to the team. I don't understand how a referee could do this. It's baffling, honestly. But apart from that, let's talk about the game. Now, at the start of the game, we were controlling. We controlled possession the entire game. We were so much better than they were. And I think we controlled the game so much more. Seven at the end of the game we had 70% possession. And now the only person I can blame for the 2 goals is Danny Carvalho. I'll be honest with you. Danny Carvalho, oh my god. I love him. I like him a lot. But I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is he doing? I smiled when I saw the mistakes he made because I was literally praising this guy for the improvements he's made this season. How much he's improved, how much he's grown into his position once again after having such a terrible season last season because he was getting exposed left, right, center last season. And now, this guy, the cross was whipped from the right side of Valencia's squad. It was whipped from the right side. He's supposed to be there. Where this other player hit the cross and the striker, I don't know, it was the striker, it headed it into the back of the net. Carvalho was supposed to be there to stop the winger, to head it out. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. That was the first one. And the second goal, this brother literally played a ball. It's such a terrible pass as well. I just played the pass into the path of the other. It was trying to find, was it Rudiger? I think it was Rudiger. He was trying to find Rudiger. But that's such a terrible pass to play for such an experienced player. Such a terrible pass to play at, at your back line. Why would you play it? It's just annoying. Oh man, it's just annoying because we just made this so much more difficult for ourselves. We made it so much more difficult. Carvalho had a terrible game, and then all of a sudden, second half, whips the ball in, gets deflected, Vinicius goal. And I'm just like, how can this guy be this bad and this good in the same game? It's ridiculous, honestly. Ridiculous. But I guess that's just how football is, isn't it? Because you expect him to have like a good game, a relatively good game, maybe a 7 out of 10. But then he just does, he just does all this stuff and just ruins everything. But about the game, I'd say even Cruz was losing possession. I just think we didn't play well today. I just think, I don't know, maybe it's the amount of games we've played recently. Maybe it's not playing with our best team, our team filled with Bellingham and all the other guys and everything. It's just the game just wasn't good, if I'm being honest. We controlled the game. We had so much possession, but did absolutely nothing with it, which is so annoying to watch. Because like I was enjoying the game, and then all of a sudden we conceded, and then we conceded again, and then we were making stupid passes, stupid errors. Cruz, one of the most tidy players ever, was making mistakes. I was like, what's he doing? But in the end, Vinicius saved us. Vinicius is such an amazing player, man. I love him. He is brilliant. Honestly, brilliant. Like he was at the back post to tap it in for the first goal. The second goal, Brahim Diaz comes onto the pitch. I think he came on with Modric, and Cruz is subbed off, and Rodrigo is subbed off. I just love Brahim Diaz, by the way. This guy's so good. So good. Honestly. Loved him at AC Milan last season. I was so glad he was coming back to Real Madrid, that we would use him. Someone who's actually left footed, right footed. Reminded me a lot of Greenwood. It reminded me a lot of him. Left footed, right footed, could easily do anything with both feet, passing, shooting. And that's what he did. Came on, crossed the ball to the far post. Bellingham was right behind Vinicius. Vinicius just heads it in. They checked, and it was onside. Lovely goal. Lovely goal. By the way, Vinicius, playing as a centre forward, Vinicius a couple of years ago, I would never expect him to be able to head that ball into the back of the net. But if you go watch the game, you see how high he jumped and just headed in. It was brilliant. And then I felt like we were galvanized, and we were on them for maybe about 10 minutes, and we were just playing through them. I could say Valencia only had a couple chances. Honestly, I think they played poorly because they only had, I saw like one chance where they actually played through us. Beautiful piece of football, honestly. Beautiful. But I don't think they played well. We just gifted them goals, which is so annoying to watch. I enjoyed the game, but it felt like it didn't need to be that end to end, and we could have easily locked them up. But we didn't. We didn't do that, unfortunately. And now, I just have to give the props to Camavinga, to Chouameni for doing a job as centre back, even though it's not his preferred position. He's still unbeaten as centre back. Surprising. I thought today would be the end of that, but thankfully it wasn't. Rudiger was really good as well. The the issue was Carvajal. Carvajal had a terrible game. Gave away two goals. I believe the first goal was because he wasn't in his position. Second goal was because he played a terrible pass. Now, Mendy, Jesus Christ, man. That guy, he's so negative on the ball. He'll take the ball, dribble a little bit, and just make the wrong decision who to pass to. He just, I don't understand. It just irks me. I want us to get a new left back, and Frank Garcia can play, but I would rather play Frank Garcia over Mendy every day of the week because that guy is so terrible on the ball. Today he wasn't horrible. I would say he was more. He didn't know what to do with the ball. When the ball got to him, he was always on his left foot. Obviously, he's a left back, but Van Garcia could make those crosses, could make those passes. Mendy always stuttered. He always refused to do that, which got so tiring to watch and over again. He kept making the wrong decisions with the ball at his feet. I just think he had a poor game. I like Lunin. Lunin had a great game, in my opinion. He had a great game. Nothing he could do about the goals, to be honest, because the goals just came out of nowhere. They were unexpected. And the shots he saved, there were like two shots he saved. It was brilliant. The reflex save he made, which was whipped in, low ball whipped in straight at him, but it was a great save, great reflex save to keep us in the game. And like Cruz, I would say he didn't really have an amazing game, but he was okay for the most part. I would probably say that. Camavinga was so good, so silky on the ball. For someone that's not so tall, he was so good on the ball. It just, I was just so delighted with his performance. Even though most of the team played poorly, I'd say he played really well, and I enjoyed watching him. And him just being so tidy on the ball was ridiculous to watch. So good, honestly, such a gifted midfielder, in my opinion. And then Luka Modric came on the pitch. Luka Modric was a 38-year-old. Being that silky on the ball is just ridiculous, honestly. Ridiculous. He is so good. So good, so tidy on the ball, spraying crosses about. It's just such a joy to watch. Honestly, such a joy to watch. I enjoyed him so much. And obviously, we've spoken about Vinicius. Rodrigo, I'd say Rodrigo was poor in this game. He wasn't really in the game at all. I didn't really see him be his normal self. And I wanted to see him carry the ball and do something with it. And there were times he tried to beat his man and use his pace to beat his man, but he couldn't today. Just that right side today until Brian Diaz came on. That right side was very negative, in my opinion. That right side was negative. Valverde, I think Valverde was good. He was very good. He had a shot in the game, which almost went in, but didn't. But I'd say he had an alright game. I probably, if I was ranking it out of 10, I'd probably say maybe 6.5. But yeah, I don't think he played an amazing game, but he wasn't bad. And that brings us to Bellingham. I think Bellingham wasn't really in the game as much as I'd want him to be. And there were a few times he got on the ball. He got on the ball and he did really, really well. And he was facilitating on Vinicius, and Vinicius was trying to find him, but it got increasingly difficult because of Valencia. Valencia were very annoying to play against. They were wasting time. Their players were going down as if they got shot. It was ridiculous. Honestly, ridiculous. But I still enjoyed watching Bellingham. And at the end, he got a goal. And this stupid referee, just this guy, he just gave, he just blew the whistle. Just blew the whistle. Made it so annoying. We could have collected 3 points out of that game. 3 points. But we didn't. We couldn't get them. There's just 1 point. And we are 10 points. Is it 10? I don't know. I have to check. But we're like we're about 7 points clear of Girona, I think. And that is still a great position to be in, but it should have been three more points. It should have been 9 points. It should have. This ref is just so annoying. Like, I just kept saying ridiculous. It honestly is ridiculous. It's pissing me off. But Stanley came into the game. I think he dominated people who were marking him. But I didn't think he was really in the game as much. He was just up front. But I think he did all right. As a game, for like a spectator that's just a neutral, I'd say it was a good game. But for us fans, especially as a Real Madrid fan, I'd say it was so annoying to watch us have so much possession and dominate the ball so well and not come out with 3 points at the end. And even though we scored a goal at the end, this ref just made it unbelievably annoying, honestly. But I guess that's just how football is. I can just hope that in our next game we play as well as we can, and I pray that we dominate it, just as we did, but not make the same mistakes we did with Carvajal. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the game. I'd probably say it wasn't too bad, but it was just a poor day out of the office, you know. And I'd say there's a lot of improvements that we should have made. Carlo Ancelotti was fuming on the bench. He was fuming because like you don't expect that kind of thing from Carvajal. But that's enough of my ramble. The game was okay, like I said, and that's pretty much it for the video. I'll see you around in the next video, and have a lovely day.